Cause when the women start wind their waist, we come to rock this house. We come to rock this house.
Yo, ecstasy sound. Bang, bang, boom. Hot cool.
Me can't hear nothing. Me can't hear nothing. Audio, 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 audio. Testing, 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 testing. Yeah, I could hear now.
Well, go ahead and say good night if you go here.
Good night, everybody who's hearing me. You don't know. It's been long time. I could say long time no see. Long time we haven't heard from you guys. Well, I heard from one or two of you, you know what I mean, from the inbox, you know, but we are all here, you know what I mean. We're doing our thing, you know what I mean. We had to be sabbatical and now we are here, you know. I don't know, how are you, man? Long time no see, you know. I should shake your hand right now, you know what I mean? Because we like a hand reach apart now.
No, me tired myself. That's how you're doing right now. You tired. Check.
Well, I had a half day, might be a half week, but who knows? You know, I just want to say welcome back to the topics, each and everybody. You don't know, people were waiting to hear what's up, you know what I mean, what's going on, and we say it how it is, especially Alan, you know, the rap topics.
Yeah, and as you said that, and since we've been away so long, let me not hold too much a long talking. You check it out. Let me
Of
get
course,
straight into something because you know there are a number of things that we would have opinions on.
we all do.
Yeah. So where you wanna start?
We could start with the island of Nevis. You know what I mean? Something pertaining the island of Nevis because there's so much things to talk about. We could talk about the hospital. We could talk about the assembly. We could talk about the PCR machine. You know what I mean? So much things happening. We could talk about who they're foreign right now living life.
Well, at least in Fashion Week, what you say is the UN went for whatever is the story. Serbia this morning, but let me talk about the hospital.
Okay.
Um, okay, the hospital. It's only really a couple things I got to know because okay, I listened to the press conference
Yeah.
and it started to confuse me with the hospital in terms of and they said they would have brought in consultants and
Yes.
before I think he said they wanted to make sure the layout was correct of wherever and then now he say They wanted to make sure that the floor plan, the, the floor plan or whatever is alright. Now, how you gonna wait until the building done? Who say bye? We're gonna bring in consultant to make sure that the floor plan is how you want it. Because then now you're telling me, um, watch it. You're supposed to what? Measure twice and cut once. You check it out.
Well,
So
that's
you can't come and tell me the building done and then no, you're looking at consultant.
very true. You know what I mean? I don't know if you want a consultant as a gig as towards giving somebody some sort of extra pay, as in he say he wanted a special advisor too. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So in terms of that situation, that's a different story too. Like I just find it mystic. Like, and Patches, if I know if you know what Patches show, I see a clip with Patches saying 90% of us not got no common sense.
Mm-hmm.
You understand me? And now when I really look at it, you know what I mean, based on what you say now, you know what I mean? And like, boy, the man really attack the truth, you know, because maybe he include himself too.
Well, me just say me not understand what is taking place and then I watch a me not even know is so long the hospital must start or whatever the breakdown or whatever. Since 2017 until
Yep,
now.
yep,
2017.
yep.
And I would want to believe that would have been before he became the premier because the election had kept like December that year there or whatever is the case. And you can't
But
get it through up till now.
well, that show you like when the hospital done bill, you know what I mean? He could take people from all America.
Well, and see what you know. Remember, cause we got to be clear, it's not like the hospital going to build. Cause if the man had built a hospital, it looked like he would have taken until like 2030. Is them
Hmm.
man build them man like restructuring the hospital. This is a wing at the hospital we put in. We aim building a hospital. It would have been nice really and truly if we could have built a hospital, but we not go so far. We just talking
Wait,
about
wait, wait, wait.
to finish this part.
Wait. You just come to a conclusion a while ago. Is a wing not the whole turkey?
That what I tell you. This is
Wow.
this a KFC.
Wow.
Yeah, just a wing. So it's not like I
Very
say when
astonishing.
it's not like I say when you're done everything going over in this building. This building no really and truly it might do one or two new things. Well, I think generally you're gonna be doing new things.
So based on what you're saying, right? You know what I mean? Like what people saying towards the are people still keeping quiet?
Um it's just a disappointment. It's just a disappointment. Especially now, as I tell you, this thing started before the pandemic. If this thing been online now and been a functional building, then you could have been looking forward to this. This thing happened now at a time nothing was going on like before the pandemic, and then now you got to strain your resources now, and you could see that's how come here take long. And watch out,
Mm-hmm.
we're talking about the hospital in this instance, right?
Yeah.
But the real thing where you got to watch and where you got to assess is look at the projects where the government, whether it is they put it in a manifesto or whether it is they went in that direction organically. Look at the things and then what they said they starting. Look
Mm-hmm.
and see what they finish. Look and see what they finish. Look and see where they give you a piece of. Look and see where this thing really ahead. That is the assessment where you will go do. Cause as I said, we just talking about that one thing, but there are multiple projects where you see the government embark upon and you see a half of up and then it is like bye. Well, okay, Mondo chap. we tell you your children are not run on grass no more. But you can't see the gym. You can't see the football park. You can't see the stadium. You can't see the parking lot. You
Cause that
understand?
was
So
the
it's
first stage.
multiple things. It's
So
multiple
they're good
things.
at starting and not at finishing.
Listen, I don't tell you about the guy. Basketball was not a thing what the premier would have played. You check. If he were playing basketball, he want to shoot trees. He ain't gaining in the lane at all.
But question, right? Because I want to step on the health. I want to step on the health too, because we got other things to talk about that too. In terms of the when you talk about the starting things, right? Remember they're supposed to do a walk in front the preparatory school. They finished that yet?
No.
And we were do right in front there.
Yeah, but then I get to that. You're talking like on the other side. You're talking
Yeah, the
about like
walkway.
okay. Well, here we're going on right now. When you go down there now, then you see like where public works going on in there. 'Cause you can't even park on the left hand side of the road. You check public works cone is in the vicinity. Lane, no,
Wow.
not there. Once they're not gonna yellow paint, the man just make sure that public works cone
That,
there to let you know, no, work is in progress, and there's a lot
a
of work in
temporary yellow
progress.
line. A
Yeah,
temporary yellow line.
yeah. Um,
Cause listen, right? We don't see so much of things be posted on Facebook, right? But we ain't seeing the finishing job. We ain't seeing the finishing touch.
this is what I tell you. Okay, you know where you see the finishing touch? You see the finishing touch with the Davis nice sign.
Yes.
When you look, this now heading towards 4 years. We're looking at Mark Brantley as the premier of this country. And the
Mm-hmm.
best fucking thing you could tell me that you do is a Nevis nice sign will light up in the fucking night. Really? This is what the fuck we're talking about? Nevis nice? You check it out? This is what the fuck
Wow.
we're dealing with right now. You ain't seeing no
Wow.
finishing. You're seeing
Wow.
Nevis nice light up in the fucking night.
For Halloween, for Independence, for Christmas, all around
And
Valentine's, you're gonna see it light up. Easter, you're gonna see it light up again.
I'm telling you, I'm telling you. Um, and then see the other sign they ain't gone back up. For sure, the government road sign they ain't gone back up. So, me know what's going
Oh,
on.
them wrongdoings, them typos.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But watch out.
Mm-hmm.
As you said, we're not going straight too far for the health thing. 'Cause I want to deal with one thing by the way. So,
Yeah.
so in between the time we was off,
Yes.
The Pfizer vaccine became available,
Yes.
and so I went and I was responsible, and I get my both vaccine.
Yes.
I think I fully vaccinated as of Thursday, guy. Right
So
now,
you consider that as unvaccinated if anything happened to you within the 2 weeks.
no, you're considered as partially vaccinated.
Okay.
Um, me not even I worry about this statistic, except this. When you do what you do, what you're supposed to do, and what the government tell you is responsible, right?
Mm-hmm.
You are also told of benefits that you derive as a result of doing this. For
Yeah.
example, you get your vaccine card, and that show you
Mm-hmm.
the information so that you got places where I want to go to for sure. You check it out, and right now, in effect, you need to get your proof of vaccination.
Mm-hmm.
And so it would be nice for people to get a card. I bring up that because I don't get my card. and I asked when my card would be available, and I was told if I produce a plane ticket, that my card will be made available within the time that I will need it to travel and do whatever it
What?
is. But if I just local, then you don't really need no card. We have a lot of cases and the office is overwhelmed. And in the meantime, I know for sure people were fully vaccinated since August and they ain't get the card neither.
Wow.
Not unless they go with a plane ticket. This is where you're doing to get a card. And furthermore, right? Me no want the fucking card neither,
The,
you know.
you
You
need the
know me I say,
itinerary.
no, me no want the card. What I want is like when you come in on to election, are you gonna be getting um message from party talking about, don't forget the rally and where this and where that. Them and don't got access. Furthermore, the is an application form. You go ask me for my email. I need the electronic information what they talk about. Because watch it, they like go talk about things and say, there's gonna be an electronic portal and you're gonna just be able to scan it and that and all the information. And then when they realize you can't just talk it, you got to actually go set up the infrastructure now, and then they realize, this is one cost money and time and training. And one of the
I
reasons
know
why they
about
say
this
we need to
scanning.
get, and we
I know about.
that's why I really want, but I can't even get me
Well,
card,
with the
and nobody
electronic
saying
one, I
nothing
think
about
they up
this.
here. Hold on
Right.
there. I think with the electronic one, they use a barcode or something like that around here. And
Yeah.
what happened, they had to recall the barcode because the barcode now end up release more information than what it's supposed to. So end up recall.
You check it out.
Yeah. So
So now, and you see what happened to Canada gonna be more set up for the infrastructure because okay, this barcode thing good enough. But then if the institutions were what I wanna go into, which you might be blocking me from, cause I mean the talk of mandatory has come up recently as well. No, okay.
yes.
Say I can't go by Lime unless me fully
Hmm.
vax. Lime that we got some kind of barcode thing to read my information,
Of course.
So
So who
no
gonna provide that?
no that is the question what I'm telling you. When you think about doing these things, it's easy to say, "But yeah, let we go do it." But we ain't been setting up like the infrastructures and these type of thing, and we need to do it because really and truly young people want to be able to ease through in that kind of way. But through
And
them are
and
holding on to old analog mentality.
of course. That mean Vance still in power if they're still holding on to analog mentality. So Vance are the leader of the country still? Just
Well,
ask.
really and truly, the things on them what I do, he put them in place. Remember he started the treasury building. And that one of the only things they could say was done, no? And he started, even though he and
Wow.
the premier name.
Wow.
And he started the hospital, even though
But
that
but
that
he
they also not done.
but hear this now, with the quarantine, I see the federal government had posted, you know what I mean, that they're doing 1 day quarantine, which is 24 hours, you know what I mean? Same day testing, whatever, you know what I mean? And you get out in 24 hours. But I seen a lot of backlash. That ain't actually happening.
Well, it's a capacity issue. And that kind of lead back to our hospital again, in terms of you need a lot of places with the capacity to do the testing in order for you to be able to deliver when you gonna tell people that they could do it in X amount of time or whatever. So
So
if you
it still belong to measure twice and cut once.
listen, it's a lot of dreaming, it's a lot of fantasy world. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
People people like to feel comfortable and they like to hear the thing about make them feel comfortable rather than what sometimes they need to actually hear to get this thing going.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause
I
this
could say
thing
what a
got to
winner.
get going. That's that's the vibes. Yeah.
And I saw a post today, earlier today. It was from yesterday actually, but I saw it today. I was scrolling through Facebook and I saw the honorable, the honorable. I saw the leader of the NRP, posted talking about the PCR machine. Yes. For those who could read, just kindly read it, please. For those who could read, if you can't read, I could read it out too. But it's a long paragraph. I will not read it. I will be out of breath. I don't have a water close to me. Yes, that's a like the PCR testing machine. And like we got this thing here, and like we ain't got nothing in place for it. We just have a machine there sitting down like the dialysis too. Where's the dialysis machine, Alan?
In the hospital.
Just wait.
Well, I would say, um, based upon what the premier said, he said it's not a matter of just plugging in the machine and getting results. He said there needs to be a lot of training and way this and way that, and SK had to go through it in order to build up their capacity. And so we seemingly have to go through some kind of training. And I think he said listen, somebody always coming from some fucking way else to put in the machine. Is always listen. If you listen to the lyrics, is always is always very technical. You can't just go there and plug it in. You know what I'm saying? This is not something where you could just go up on YouTube and say, well, how to use PCR machine. You have to have training and read this. And oh yeah, he also talk about certification. You need
But
certification in order to do these
but
things because
but Alan,
it is dependent on all over the place and read this and read that.
if you could go all over the place now, you understand me, to sign visa waiver, you know what I mean? You could still ask for the same favor as you ask for the visa waiver. You understand me? To let somebody send one of the doctors. Only one doctor we need who operate the machine there. Just one person we need. You know what I mean? After one going train the other. And after you realize the person taking that serious, you send them off to study more about it. And maybe you could study the dialysis also. You check it out. So it's two
Well,
birds with one stone.
you
I'm
see,
just saying, you know what I
what
mean? Because
what happened is I just listen when people talking, so that I could hear when the fuck start. No, if you hear what going on, no, Johnny said we would have get the machine since July of last year. I ain't
yeah.
sure when. I ain't sure if it's July last year or July this year. If it's July last year, it's a problem because we don't have a lot of Cuban doctors come through.
I just was
And
gonna say,
if you're telling me that they can't work it, well then by something wrong. Because then not only that we could have requested that too. You check.
I guess I can't read Chinese, Mandarin.
The next thing where there is some kind of is either well to me is a failure at this moment in time. I can't say it's a disconnect. As I said, when you're looking at the premium, you're looking at the fucking qualities that the man have, which he's supposed to bring to bear for the prosperity and neighbors people. I think that's fair. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you look at his profession and how he move and so, I would got to believe that one of the premier talent got to be convincing people. You understand? He got to be good at convincing people, negotiating, getting deals done. Okay? Once again, it's not just the construction. Look at the deals. And okay, that part is the next part too. Now, remember the premier is one man, but he got a lot of different responsibility.
Of course.
The other day, the other day, um, Mark Brantley went to New York. Now let me tell you something, Jason. The
Mm-hmm.
premier ain't went the premier ain't went the fucking way. Well, then again, the premier went too, but that wasn't his trip. That was the Minister of Foreign Affairs and Civil Aviation. He traveled
Mm-hmm.
to the UN Council to represent the Federation. That was a
Mm-hmm.
federal issue. You check it out. The
Mm-hmm.
premier in the ship. This here with Serbia, from what you're telling me, and go sign waiver and this kind of thing to go Serbia. That thing the premier gone the fucking way. So I saying that because this federal election done gone, local election is coming up.
Mm-hmm.
The premier does let you to know there's a difference between federal and local.
Of course. But
It-
that don't read between the lines.
as I'm telling you, we talking about Nevis. You know, I refocusing the conversation so we could
Of
tune in
course.
again. We depend Nevis,
Of
and
course.
is kind of very difficult when you're looking at by. I could tell you the minister of fucking foreign affairs walking like fuck. I can't tell you no, Jason. You check it out. I see in progress. I see in trips. Uh, I see in Zoom calls and shit. You know what I mean? I hear about scholarships and 'cause soon you're gonna hear you go fucking so be able to study something, You
Well,
want to
here,
be a doctor? You want to be a doctor? Go to fucking Serbia.
well,
This is
hear
what I'm
this. We got. Well, hear this. Take a screenshot of me and you right now, right after we gonna post progress.
You check. So I just it's like listen, like last year when I would have been a real talk and talking about this thing. Like you see,
Mm-hmm.
listen, the double salary thing ain't bother me, But the more and more I thinking about this thing is the conflict of interest what bother me. And the fact that ultimately if you're serving to master, one got to suffer. One has to suffer if that's what you're dealing with. It got to be some kind of oneness within the thing. This is why, like, you can't be a U.S. senator and still the president and them kind of so no, one guy against the other.
Of course.
Sometimes the senator job is to tell the president fuck off. Sometimes the premier job. Okay, you're in Canada right now. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Um, Canada got the prime minister, but
Mm-hmm.
the provinces and then got the premier, right?
Yeah, they got the Premier and ME and all that stuff there.
And sometimes the man has got it out with the prime minister and so
Of
because they
course.
have they have to look out for their individual province. They
Mm-hmm.
are there and they know that they are part of Canada. and they got to contribute to that. But they ain't
Mm-hmm.
want to be they ain't want to be exploited in order for Canada to go up. So there's something got to agitate and be telling the Prime Minister, yo, no, we ain't gonna be dealing with this thing here. The man get what this man saying he got Palestine too? This man dep on a wall tour. He can't be he in Palestine.
He catching up. He catching up, man.
Mm-hmm. What the fuck can I see? But
Hey, and let me just add this here, just a little small joke aside, just a little small joke. I see somebody post a picture today, right? I hear them. Well, that's not a selfie. I wonder who taking the pic. So make me wonder. Well, who taking the pics?
yeah. I would like to see who is in the traveling party. I would
Yeah,
like to
who
see who is
taking the
in the
pics?
traveling party.
Who getting who
Also,
getting a do other funds too?
I feel like oh yeah, but just a small thing. As you say, just a small thing. Cause we just had sneaker the other day. I feel like the premier need to
Mm-hmm.
step up again. I feel like the premier need to step up again. Yeah. You out there right now. New York was probably better to get some shoes in, but I feel like we gonna need to see some better sneakers going forward. You see, because yeah, the game has not been well. He got to step up in a lot of different areas right now. Oh yeah.
Just re-
Uh,
just remember, people. Real talk. Hold on, Alan. Just remember, people. Next Monday, Real Talk comes back. You don't know. Tune in next Monday also at the Real Entertainment Network. You know what I mean? Big up to everybody who tune in and gather around. Make sure share the show. Stand tall. Back to you saying, Alan.
that may just been on say I just see it come up on the screen
Oh,
there.
it's just a reminder, You know what I mean? It tried to punch smartly. Tut, tut, tut.
Mhm. Um, I want to touch off on Parliament a little bit. Ain't nothing too big.
Yeah.
Um, it's nice to see that we had Parliament in Nevis. Not fucking
Mm-hmm.
federal Parliament. I mean Parliament in Nevis, where, as we say, Nevis is being discussed.
Yes.
Um, I would like if I could get a little bit upon one or two things. Just one or two facts. You check. Now, when it comes to the
Mm-hmm.
Nevis part, me not think I be go wait for SK. Like Nevis laws need to be when you log on on Nevis government side, we need to be able to see what it is taking place upon these things, yeah. Them man didn't do anything much pertaining to the general public. It was some of them in financial services. I think them man do one they say they gonna like something to govern the contractors. So you gonna to register now to be a contractor moving forward and then kind of thing. They gonna got standards and once again it look like you gonna to show certification and all that kind of story there and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But just in general, me I say, but that one okay. That one never be kind of fuck up. But understand what I'm saying.
But let me
Once
ask
again,
you.
that
Okay, go
yeah.
ahead. No,
Okay.
yours might be sweeter than mine.
Okay. All I'm saying is, once again, when we're looking at the premier, we're looking at a successful fucking guy. You understand? You go on his law firm website, see well laid out and manicured and these fuck updated. No, when you look at this, all what me say is, I would just like to see these qualities bump on the government. If you understand what me I say. Because now, as
Yeah.
me I say, you could go up on the government side and you could see all the Navy's ordinances in order and all kind of thing. And up there, That's a thing when now you could be showing them when it's a federal issue, but is organized. You check.
Mm-hmm.
So certain things. Watch it. The other day I showing someone, right. You got a lot of people believe in some weak mentality and there's like they're talking about secession, and I'm telling
Yes.
them like when you're being real about secession and why it can't happen, it's not a matter of Nevis not being able to be by itself. Nevis, even when you look at the first referendum, Nevis not had no type of infrastructure to go and say we going to start this thing by ourselves. We would need like 15 years for the interim. If you going to go deal with them, we done supposed to. Okay, say you agitate and you say you're not these are not police. We're gonna have marshals. You
Yeah.
understand? Nevis marshals, and you're gonna give them some kind of jurisdiction. You check. When you do this now, you got a framework for a police service, You got a framework for a defense, When you dealing with a country, you got to get power. And this is why I'm saying, like, when you look out and you see these people, you go watch and say, "Bad, is this vision what them are trying to sell me? Yeah, is it wonderful? Them are really good do this, yeah." Because watch away, really and truly as the public, you could shape them our mind to and something get a head off of the foolishness what is going on and get them to be like, yo, this is what we need to focus on here, When I do this, that, we ain't need to be focusing on those. These roads you want to do all over the place. You just and, and sometimes it's not even like continuous. So you will get a place,
Uh,
you got certain places you drive and you just have way to get to the good part of the road. Cause them man gonna live peace all time. I guess I
sugar,
guess them I guess
sugar
them have
cake.
preserved the historical facade of Charleston and all them kind of thing. So you go see drive on the shitty road and you just have wait till you get on the pure part. No man.
You get piece of history and piece of the modern,
I tell you man.
piece of something modern. DJ Nyan say I would like data to show how many graduates in SKN are not working. You see how they put up the vax thing? It will show how much people they full up the vax bottle. You know what I mean? If they could full up that, how much people working. You know what I mean? I give them the trophy.
Well, that there is the problem. Well, okay, not even the problem. When you look at
Mm-hmm.
the 24, when you look at the 24 hour, when you look at a lot of the moves that the government is making, you see that them man ain't got no plan other than to get some tourism going on again. So that's how come you're watching and you see 24 hours if you got a vaccine and you this and you that. Them man trying to get money in the country fast. They want people in this place.
Yeah, makes sense.
Well, well, we not at the number one we supposed to be at technically, So it's still a risk because even though we have a high number of people who vaccinated, and yes, it would be more difficult, but it's still a possibility
But
that they
if
could.
you come, if you come forward and say you need a herd immunity, you understand me, and you get the herd immunity, that mean you didn't want the herd immunity, you wanted the full 100.
They ain't reach out immunity yet.
But the Prime Minister post up something like they reach the herd immunity. I go in a can't do what the Prime Minister put in because he is the leader of the Federation.
Well, the Prime Minister could speak as lovely as he want, but I see in the numbers where he seeing. There is no magical shit, and them man ain't reach herd immunity yet, based on the figures. I think I recall him saying something about how well they are doing, but that did not mean that we reached the number. And as what me say,
He posting them a big and ball.
as what me say, if even if we reach the number,
Mm-hmm.
there is still a risk to this thing, and we
Yeah.
still don't talk. We don't talk about the lack of testing facilities and capabilities and them type of things. So you still got to be careful at this particular moment in time. But as I had known was gonna happen since last year, at some stage in time, the money got to talk. Cause right now, Jason, we ain't getting on that no more lockdown, You understand?
Yeah.
No more lockdown. Listen, half the population don't got COVID. Why we go for lockdown right now? These men ain't locking down nothing because
So
the
if half the population will got COVID, you know what I mean? So that mean the results that we seen, the growth, what the advertising saying everything is working along is all a host then?
no based on no, me agree with them. Based on what them I say, yeah. Right now, how much is like what I think I see somebody said 2% of the population got COVID. Is like 1,000 active cases right now,
Mm-hmm.
but them are measuring that against how much people don't get the vaccine, and them are measuring that against money. Cause I'm telling you, if this country here shut down one more time, it's not gonna be well. You check right now the thing kinda starting to crank a little bit. And I telling you, a little bit. You
Well,
can't
literally
shut it
use
down.
your hand sanitizer because I believe all I go to store buy hand sanitizer based on how water go right now.
Boy, little rain fall today. But
Mm-hmm.
if we don't get a lot more rain next year, by February, them are gonna start to lack of water. Things ain't well. This has
Wow.
been a awful wet season. But little rain fall today. And not enough, but this is a start. We gonna take it.
If you could have get a ball over Nevis, you know what I mean, it would have been enough.
Yeah, boy. No happen, boy. Need some water. Place dry. And not only that too, he got some. Me not really hear nobody adjust it yet, but pipe a bus underneath the ground. Because he got one bus underneath the ground down the road from me. And
Are these
and
old pipes? These are one were recently were changed.
if them pipe they change like in the 2000s, in the early 2000s. That the last time they were repaired. But
Okay.
I want to believe old pipe a bus.
I want to
Cause
believe an
some
old pipe bus too.
Cause what happened to him? He gonna end up being a happy fall to it. You better fucking believe. I could see the speech now. You gotta end up to be NRP should have see that the fucking pipe them being getting a bus, and if them been change the fucking pipe them, they would have never bust this year. They
Dog,
would
do
have
not say
bust.
NRP. They don't say
No,
NRP. They say the previous government.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Boy,
Hey, they're not so
uh,
sweet. They're not so sweet.
it's a lot of lyrics. And when you really check it out, them been a lot of the previous government.
Okay. Can they be more previous than NRP?
Boy, especially recently.
A lot of previous this and previous that. So certain things ain't finishing because the previous government did this, so we had to put it on pause. You know what I mean? Yeah. I love the
D-
word previous is a phenomenal word for them.
DJ Nyan say herd immunity will never happen. And me kinda agree with them and by I will reach close enough in my estimation.
Well,
And
you guys have a mandate. You guys have a mandate now. The Prime Minister no mandate and the Premier a mandate. So
okay. This is the next thing I've been wanting to just wait.
mhm.
No, when you're dealing with the premier, okay, when you're dealing with my brother, when he talking as the Minister of Foreign Affairs, he know what the fuck he's saying. You could listen to that guy. Take information from that guy. He got a lot of information. When he talking as the premier, you got to kinda because he don't really know. He don't really know what he could do. And he can't really do some of the things where he say he gonna do. You know see
So
how fast when the Fips come out and say, no, I don't think we need that shit.
hold on. So you're saying when the Premier has a press conference and people ask a federal question, you can't he already transform into the Premier. So you gotta catch him when he transform into the Foreign Affairs
That's what I'm telling
Minister.
you. 'Cause
So
watch here,
that's
you can't go to the monthly press conference and ask nothing about federal. You better check you go to some kind of federal fuck. He got to be somewhere in his federal capacity. But
okay.
if he
No, I
if
read
he's
in
the
between the lines though, eh?
yeah, if when you're at the premier's press conference, that's when you go ask about Nevis things.
Yeah, you can't ask nothing about the federal. So
No,
whoever is watching right now, just bear in mind you can't ask nothing federally when you're at the Premier's conference because you have to ask about Nevis and Nevis only. So a lot of these people who does be part of the press are asking a lot of federal questions that don't get the results that they want. This is why the man does transform. The man living a double minister life. You know what I mean? So when you see the man, that's the premier. When you see him in Sink It, that's Foreign Affairs Minister.
no, you see, Jason, that are the thing again to it. He could be in Nevis and be the foreign affairs minister.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and sometimes he in Nevis and he's the premier.
But
But it's just
me like him when he hear the leader of the CCM. You know why? Because when he go up on the radio station there and say government workers need to park up the government vehicle, that way he hear somebody in the CCM party guy too. We got the government
wait.
vehicle drive on them.
The the other day I see some man rolling some government vehicle and me and say, bye. I wish I could have get on government vehicle, boy.
And
Homeless come to the road.
like for instance, select time work a solid waste agriculture and he and the premier and he and the leader CCM good. You know what I mean? He could drive the government chance all he want. But when they fall out, you see the leader CCM go up on van radio, show his shade. Government workers need to park up the vehicle, but they want everybody know who they work for. Yeah, I don't read between the lines.
No, me. Me and you see the flex them. You just know and they hit me at night time.
No, I can remember
And
one time. The reason why, you know how I pick it up. I remember one time. You know what I mean? I saw somebody. You know what I mean? On the phone there. Me not park up the vehicle. You know what? I go park them up with me. I'd like to come up if I want. I'm like, oh, this is how they don't got the internal argument. You know what I mean? After he gonna broadcast it in a kind of way, thinking he represent the government, which you know is an in-room kind of thing. You know? But he
mm,
just blot it off. He just make it more general.
um, this is gonna be my last thing, and then I
Yeah.
can go sleep. 'Cause as I tell you, I'm tired enough.
Yes.
What is kind of fucking amazing to me right now, right, is Mark Bradley is the most powerful fucking premier and probably minister that ever come out of Nevis to this point in history. And I say so because 3-0 in the federal, 4-1 in the local. And it's not 3-0 in the, because you could win 3-0 in the federal and not be a part of the federal government. Go down there and sit down on a opposition bench and got to fucking argue with this.
Mm-hmm.
But like he's actually part of the federal, and you still hear him because people still ask like how you feel about the CBI money, and I hear him and he's like, I say Unity's been around since 2015, and it's really time that we get this thing going. And I just I would hope that any I would hope some future politicians are listening. And if I talk to them, I would like I to let them know the original intent for Mark to go SK was wrong historically. He went down there to get rid of Dougie. He ain't went down there with the intention of like really arguing for Nevis and really getting shit for Nevis. Otherwise, the argument would not be taking place at this point in time. We wouldn't be having these petty things. You wouldn't be having a situation where you hear these men talk about there was a cabinet meeting and he going on like I said he wasn't at the cabinet meeting. Like he can't divulge confidential things.
True.
But what the fuck, man? Like in the future, we need to use this federal structure to go down to SK and not be hostile if we don't have to be, but to negotiate and to get things in line. And outside of that, if it is that we are looking at this situation constantly and we are feeling like we never gonna get we free thing out of SK, then it is up to us to put the necessary infrastructure in place so that we could watch SK and say bye. I want to go and fuck ourselves. We
So
good.
certain memories only last 9 days. Certain things only last 9 days. If a man owe you, like for instance, if a man owe you $100 and you not got the money at all, even if the man give you 20, you feel good.
No. Just me not take nothing except what me the other day. The other day somebody was trying to give me back some money, peace. I said, hey, see when you have it, I don't take it. When right now this peace thing, no, we not gonna work it so hard. We got to change the standard, and we got to start to think more rather than emotionally and be like, we send a man down there to get doggy out of there, to be cussing up, and we need to be more strategic and be like, how we gonna manipulate this system so that neighbors could be moving in a direction of independence. You check. And when we say independence, we're gonna always need people. What the fuck? We make cars and all this shit. We always gonna be having to trade and work with people. What I'm saying is, for instance, right now we talk about the PCR machine, so that we
Mm-hmm.
got professionals on the ground who could install this fuck, and that we got to go call Trinidad and this man have to let us know he will be coming in next week Wednesday. You check it out. We got to really start to watch this thing and say, bye, how we ever fit in every new region in a this puzzle here. Well, and not every new region. How we ever fit everybody here. How we ever create an infrastructure whereby, yeah, we creating personnel. Cause as me said, we don't create things, we ain't got factories and so, but I believe in the people what we just produce. Bye. Then they reach far enough up. Something going on
Mm-hmm.
there. Yeah, yeah. So that is my last thought.
Yeah, man. It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure for Real Entertainment Network to have us here. I don't know. But we've been out for a while, but we are back. You know, just want to say thanks to everybody who with the views and the comments. Big up everybody who tune in and gather around. Yeah, man. Have a good night, everybody. We're gonna see you soon, and it's all about the topics. Stand up.
You sound like a radio host just now, man.
Stop it, no man.